Hi and welcome. In this video you're going to learn how to duplicate the Media Center template for media relations. You're going to make use of this copy of the Media Center template to create your own Media Center as part of your assessment task. We'll start with a quick overview of what we're going to do in this video. A Media Center template has already been set up in software called Google Sites. This template is going to provide the structure and the look and feel that you're going to use as the basis for your Media Center for your assessment task. You'll be providing and editing your copy of that template with content specific to the organisation that you're going to be working with. However, you can't work on the original template. So that means you need to make a copy of the template. It is this copy of the template, your Media Center, that you and perhaps your team members are going to work with and on your assessment. Once you've created a copy of the Media Center template, you've created your own Media Center, you're going to remove the template from your workspace. The reason for this is to make sure that the work that you do is on your version of the Media Center and not on the template. Before we get started, there are a couple of things that you need to have. First, before you can do any of the steps explained in this video, you'll need to have received the email invitation, a little bit like what you can see on the screen here, but perhaps with a little bit more information, including a link to this video. The invitation email indicates that I've shared the Media Center template with you in Google Sites. That means you can access it and you can make a copy of it. If you haven't received this email, then you won't be able to make a copy of it yet. Second, if you're on the Nathan or Gold Coast campuses, you're going to be working in groups and you will be the nominated group contact because only one of you can make a copy. Before you can successfully complete this task, if you are the nominated group contact, you will need to have a list of the Griffith email addresses for each of your group members. You're going to use their Griffith email addresses to invite your members of the group to be able to edit the copy that you make. So, the 4 steps we're going to work through. We're going to start by going to Google Sites. We're going to duplicate the template. We're going to remove the template from your workspace. And then optionally, if you're working in a group, you'll share it with your group members. So the first step you need to do is you need to go to the Google Sites URL. And that's what is showed on the screen there. So you can enter that into your browser, or you can perhaps click on it if you have it somewhere. Google Sites is the software we're using in this course to help you design and publish your media centers. It's a widely used piece of software on the web for this purpose, and the template has been created in Google Sites, and we need to go to Google Sites now so that we can actually copy. When you click on the link for Google Sites, please make sure that you're asked to log in using your Griffith student username and password. It is this account that the template has been shared with. If you log in with another account, you will not be able to see the template. Once you log in, you should see something that appears something like this. This is the Google Sites workspace, and you can see that there is an original Media Center template that has already been shared with you. So if you've achieved this goal, success, we've achieved the first step of this process. Now that you've successfully accessed Google Sites, our next step is to make a copy of the template. Now that we've successfully accessed Google Sites and we've brought our workspace up, and our workspace includes the original Media Center template, our next task is to make a copy of the template. So to do this, we click on the template. This will bring up the edit interface. This is the interface that you are going to use to create and modify your version of the template. And the Create video and other resources will show you how to do that. In this case, we want to make a copy of it. So we go up to the More Options icon in the top right-hand corner here. We click on that, and there's the option Duplicate Site. We click on Duplicate Site. We'll be asked to provide a new file name. And I'm just going to call this one My Media Center Template. It's not all that important what you call it. You can change that name at any time you wish. However, you do need to make sure that you can distinguish between the copy you've made and the original. So I'm going to choose that, and I'm going to click OK. And at this stage, Google Sites starts making another copy of this entire website. So this can take a little bit of time. Now that we've made a copy of the Google Site Media Center template, we now need to remove the original template from your workspace. Having made a copy of the Media Center template, it's time now to remove the original. So we need to go back to our workspace or the Google Site Home. So we use the icon in the top left-hand corner. And you can see in our workspace that there are now two copies of the Media Center. There is My Media Center template and the original Media Center template. The original Media Center template, as the name suggests, is the original. So we need to remove that. So we find the More Options icon here, the three vertical dots. We click on there, and there is an option there called Remove. We just simply click on Remove, and that now disappears from our workspace. So the only site that we have left now in our Google Sites workspace is the copy of the Media Center template that we've made, all ready for us to start work. Now the last step that some of you will need to undertake, specifically if you're at the Nathan or the Gold Coast campuses, is that you need to share this copy that you've made with your group members. So please, only if you're at the Nathan and Gold Coast campus. To share your Media Center with your other group members, we need to go back into the Edit interface for your Google site. So we're just going to click on the copy that you made and bring up this Edit interface. This is where you'll make most of the changes. One of the changes you can make is you have a look up in the top right hand corner. There is an icon of a person and a plus. That's where we share the template or the site that you're working on with other people. So we click on that, and that brings up some details about who can access this at the moment. And there's also a little bit here where we can invite people. So in this case, you are going to put in the email addresses of your other members of your group, and you can put in 2, 3, 4 members of your group. When you've entered all that, you can perhaps add a message. You should also make sure that this is set, that they can edit. So the idea is that each of the members of the group are going to be able to work on and edit this one particular Media Center. That seems okay, so we click Send. And away those invitations have been extended, and your group members will receive a copy of an email that allows them now to come in and edit this template. So let's just quickly recap and go on to what's next. What we've done in this video is shown how you can get access to a Media Center template, make a copy of that Media Center template so that you can work on it, and then remove the Media Center template from your Google Sites workspace so that you've only got the one Media Center that you're going to start working on, and use that as the foundation for the fantastic Media Center that you and perhaps your group are going to populate as part of your assessment task. In terms of what's next, well, there are going to be 2 other videos designed to help you, both available from the course site. The Create video is going to provide a basic introduction and example to creating and editing your Media Center using Google Sites. So this will be how you'll go in and change some of the content that's there. The Submit video is going to explain the steps you need to follow to submit your Media Center and the other associated resources as part of the assessment task. Lastly, Google Sites is a fairly widely used system for creating websites, so that means there is a range of existing resources online and also a range of discussions and people asking for help about using Google Sites. So if you search using your favourite search engine for something like Help Google Sites New, you'll get access to a whole range of resources that will help you understand how to work with Google Sites to create your Media Center. A slight word of warning, those generic resources are general. They won't know anything about your Media Center. They can still be useful, but they won't be as specific as, for example, the Create video. Good luck. I hope that was useful. I look forward to seeing your completed media centres.